Hey y'all, in this video I'm going to give you a brief overview of the control software I have decided to use with my K40 laser. And that software is called K40 Whisperer. This is from a company called ScorchWorks. And it's rather easy to find. I'll put a link in the description box below to ScorchWorks.com. You'll come over here and here is the link for K40 Whisperer. It is 100% free. Here on the main page for K40 Whisperer, there's some information you'll need to check out on the software itself. Here is a screen capture of the main window. And most especially, here is a list of the controller boards that are known to work with K40 Whisperer. The controller board I'm talking about is the main controller board that with the USB interface plug on it inside the electronics compartment of the laser. If it is marked with one of these numbers here, it is known it does work with K40 Whisperer. When you scroll down a little bit further here, there are the installer links. I'm currently using 0.29. Looks like I need to upgrade to 0.30. I just have not done that yet. One thing that you do need to know about K40 Whisperer is the USB driver for it. Here's the page for that. Again, it's on K40W Setup. There is a link to it here on this page. And this will give you information on how to install K40 Whisperer, especially when it comes to loading this driver. You must have your laser plugged in to the computer and turned on before you can install this driver. Also, read over this entire page, because what this will do is this will flash the controller board in your laser to load this driver into it, and your laser will no longer work with the software it came with. That's very important to understand. If you still want to be able to use the software that your laser came with, do not load this driver. It will have to be removed to make the original software work with your laser again. There's a lot of information here, how to remove that driver should you want to get rid of it. But make sure you understand that if you download and install K40 Whisperer, you will not be able to use the stock software that came with your laser. That's the point to take home. Another thing to understand is that K40 Whisperer relies heavily on Inkscape. And I'll put a link in the description to Inkscape as well. Inkscape version 0.92, 0.3, or higher works with K40 Whisperer. If you have an older version of Inkscape, you'll need to uninstall it before you install the newer version, or there will be some conflicts. So if you download the installer program for this one and you already have an older version of Inkscape, uninstall that version of Inkscape first. As I say, K40 Whisperer relies on Inkscape 0.92, 0.3, and higher very heavily. This version of Inkscape saves its native SVG format, is compatible with K40 Whisperer. Previous versions were not. We can take a look over here on the ScorchWorks YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for ScorchWorks, and that'll bring up the channel here, and there's the little icon. Come down into his videos, and you can see down here that he has a total of 5 videos. These are the tutorial videos for working with K40 Whisperer. It is that simple to use. Now, I'm not going to try to copy these tutorial videos. I highly recommend you watch them. Just know that they're here. I would subscribe to the ScorchWorks channel so you can come back and refer to these tutorials. I'm not going to attempt to remake each one of these tutorials. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of how the program works. Once K40 Whisperer is installed and the driver is installed in your laser and you start it up, this is the default screen that you will see. you have a few options up here as far as setting up the program is concerned. Go straight into General Settings by going to Settings, General Settings, and that opens up this window. Again, it's pretty simple. You have your choice here of whether you want to work in inches or millimeters. I prefer to work in inches. Now, when I clicked on inches, you see automatically the capacity of my laser down here changed to inches. I happen to know that these are the correct capacities, but if I go back into millimeters, I see what size they have listed here in metric. Measure your machine, make sure that your laser will cut a certain area, whatever that measurement is, enter it here. I just happen to prefer in inches, and I know these measurements are correct. Next down is Home upon initialize. When you first start using it, when you fire it up, you will initialize your laser cutter. This will check mark here. It's handy to have because that automatically makes the machine home itself up to the top left corner of the work area. Gets the gantry out of the way, and you hear the gantry moving, you hear the axes moving, so you know the initialization has been successful. I'm not going to attempt to explain what a lot of these are. Just know that these are the defaults, pre-processed CRC data. That needs to be checked. USB timeout, number of timeouts, I left it alone. Now we get down here to Inkscape executable. K40 Whisperer is set up automatically to look for Inkscape in all of the usual places it would normally be installed. So if you're not having a problem with K40 Whisperer, leave this blank. It doesn't need to have Inkscape put in there. Unless, for instance, you put it on a mobile drive, maybe on an external hard drive or something like that. You're not running it straight from your C drive. Then you'll need to go find the Inkscape executable. But if Inkscape's been installed on your C drive, K40 Whisperer knows to look for it there. Leave this blank. Some 50 watt and above lasers, the home position is not the upper left. It is the upper right, and here you have the option to make your home position the upper right. If you fire up your machine and initialize the laser cutter and it moves to the top of the cutting area and over to the left, that's the home position. You'll need to leave this alone. This is where you enter your board name. Again, looking at that list we saw earlier on the website, check over the board and see if it has, the most common is the M2 board. The brand names may or may not matter. Just check for compatibility here. Again, we have our width. Mine is in inches. The X and Y scale factor, I'm leaving at 1. Now, with these changes being made, changing mine to inch versus millimeter, I can come down here to Configuration File and click Save. And it's asking, do I want to replace the existing configuration file? Okay. Now the next time I start up K40 Whisperer, this change here will be made, and it will stay there. Once that configuration file is saved, I can go ahead and close General Settings. Okay, with my laser fired up, I can go ahead and initialize the cutter, and I can hear off to my left, my laser just homed itself. I'm going to bypass a lot of these controls here and just talk about basic setup and basic operation of the machine. You'll notice here we have a blank called Jog Step, and then we have these buttons down here. Without a file loaded in K40 Whisperer, the only buttons that will work will be these 4 arrows right here. I can jog my machine down, and when I do that, you'll see this dot moves. That dot indicates where the laser head is. I can move it off to the right as well. And as I do that, the head over in my laser is moving. I can also just go ahead and grab hold of that dot and move it. And when I let go, the axes move to wherever I drop that dot. That comes in handy if you're positioning your laser over a piece of material and it's sitting in a specific area. Now you'll notice that when I move that around, my X and Y coordinates here didn't change, but my X and Y coordinates down here did. So you can see I've moved that here and there. Let me go ahead and rehome the machine. To do that, I'll just click that button here. The dot moves up to the upper left corner, and my axes moved over here. This is where the head is sitting right now. If I want to move the head down to a specific area, I can come over here to X, and I'll enter 1.0. Now Y, all of these are going to be negative numbers. So that will be negative 1.0. Then I can click Move To, and you see the dot moves to 1x, negative 1y. My head in the laser also moved to match this. Again, to home the machine, take it back to where it's up in its upper left position. To get it out of the way, I just click Home. Now you'll notice I have this button here that says Unlock Rail. If I click this button, it disengages the stepper motors. Then I can move my axes manually. I can move my laser head by hand, or I can move the gantry wherever I'd like to. But if I do that, my XY readouts will not change. I'm moving right now the laser head, and my XY readouts are not even visible here. The laser head is down in this area somewhere. To get it back under control, I'll click Home. It goes up, it moves the laser head back up here to this corner, and now my readouts are back. Now up here we have jog step, and that is, it's got 0.394 inches in there. Meaning every time I click one of these arrows, it's going to move the axis 0.394 inches. That may seem like a kind of an arbitrary number, and it is. So I'm going to change that to 1 inch. So now if I click on one of these buttons, my gantry or my laser head moves 1 inch. So let's send my gantry back home. You'll notice these buttons here that look like corners. And another one here, it's an X for the center. These buttons only activate when you have an image loaded here or a file loaded here in K40 Whisperer. Then you can move to the top right corner of the image just to check to see where the top right corner is in relation to your material, where the bottom right corner, bottom left corner, or the center. That's to help you position your material so that you can get your entire image out of that piece of material. Now, since I made a change up here in my jog step, I'll again want to come back up here to Settings, General Settings, and save my configuration file. Click OK, then close that. And now every time I fire up K40 Whisperer, in fact I'll do that now just to show you, I can start K40 Whisperer, and those settings have been saved. I'm working in inches. My laser area width and height were saved, and my jog step is 1 inch. So that's a basic overview. I'm going to go ahead and close out this video right here. Again, K40 Whisperer is 100% free. It's a very simple software to learn, to run. And in my next video, I'll get into Inkscape and show you a little bit more about using it with K40 Whisperer and how to raster engrave, how to vector engrave, and how to vector cut, what the difference is between these two types of engraving. If you got anything at all out of this video, I do hope you'll give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to follow along with my laser series, my laser adventures, my Vectric software tutorials, or my other CNC adventures, I do hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Whether you subscribe to my channel or not, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time to watch, and y'all take care.